Devil May Cry 2 is quite possibly one of the most boring games I have ever fucking played, and that is not even an understatement at all. Like, this game is just so damn boring, and it's a shame because you watch the intro and the game looks awesome. Like, you got this cool music, Dante, Lucia doing all these flips and shit, and it looks awesome. You know, you got a motorcycle, buildings are exploding, all this crazy stuff, and then you play the game and it's just this. I mean, look at this. I'm not even trying to dodge the enemies. They just walk towards you and lazily swing. I've never seen enemies in a hack and slash half-ass everything. It's insane. It's incredible. I genuinely think doctors should start giving out copies of this game instead of prescribing sleeping pills to people. And by the way, I platinumed this game before, but I couldn't take it another time. That's why, for this video, I never even made it past level 3. It's ridiculous. Oh, and in case you think I'm just nitpicking or just trying to find an example of one enemy type that does this, no, look at these guys too, from the same level. They just stand around me. They, in fact, back off when I move near them. Like, what? Are you serious? These are supposed to be the enemies. It's like they don't even want to be here. I don't want to be here, so maybe it makes sense. See, the tragic part to me is usually Capcom sequels are pretty damn good. Resident Evil 2, amazing sequel. Dead Rising 2, amazing sequel. Dino Crisis 2, I don't fucking know. I've never played Dino Crisis, but still, I bet it's a great sequel. This game, though, Devil May Cry 1, this could have been a slam dunk from that game, but no, it's worse. It's by far worse. This seems like a game that came out 5 years before Devil May Cry 1. This is like if Mario 64 came out and the next game was Bubsy 3D. It's genuinely the only way I can put it. And now, don't get me wrong, this game does some cool stuff. Like, I like that you can customize your devil trigger. I think Dante's outfit looks amazing. I like the menu music. I'm grasping at straws here. There really isn't much to work with for this game. And it isn't just the enemies that seem bored. Dante seems bored too. He spends most of the time in this game flipping a coin like Two-Face rather than cracking jokes or at least being sarcastic like he was in the first game. I don't know what happened. Did like everyone die after DMC 1 and this is like post-apocalyptic? That's the only thing I can genuinely think of. This game gives me nothing to work with. There's probably a reason why in the Devil May Cry timeline, this game kept getting pushed back until after DMC5 came along and, you know, changed the order of things. But still, even Capcom doesn't want to acknowledge this game. It's so bad that we still don't know who the original director for this game is. We know who assassinated Abraham Lincoln, and that dude got caught. Meanwhile, the guy who made this game, he apparently has disappeared off the face of the earth, and we don't know who this guy is. How about I show you some more stellar gameplay? Look here, I'm just dodging around these fire bats, or whatever they're called. The names in this game are terrible and really hard to pronounce. But I'm just dodging around like it's nothing and gaining S ranks off of it. Are you serious? There's no style in this game at all. You don't even have to try. I mean, it's iconic that you just have to spam guns all the time in this game and beat everything. And it's true. And you might think, oh, just try the harder difficulties. Then maybe enemies, you know, won't die so easily to guns. No, they do. They're just more hit sponges. It just takes forever to kill things in this game on higher difficulties. It's ridiculous. You can even tell that this game was rushed in all sorts of places. I mean, look at the secret missions. They're just boxes with enemies in them that you have to kill. Okay, so they fumbled the gunplay. How does the swordplay feel? Well, compared to DMC1, it's super wonky. I swear, like, I kind of have an understanding of how this game works. You're supposed to hold the stick in a certain direction, and that does different combos, I think. But sometimes Dante just feels like he does whatever, especially midair. Like, there's sometimes where I'll do, like, this cool, like, kick ability at enemies, but then sometimes he'll just do Helmbreaker instead of doing that. I don't even know what triggers it or if I'm doing something wrong. That could be a skill issue, but in Devil May Cry 1, 3, 4, 5, I'm able to consistently pull off similar moves. I mean, just look at Stinger in this game. Now, this is more of an animation thing, but look at it. DMC1, when Stinger happens, the screen shakes and there's like this yeah sound. It sounds awesome and looks awesome. In this game, it looks like Dante's tripping into the enemy. The only thing that remotely looks cool in this game is when you do wall kicks, or I guess dodge rolling, which, yes, this game has a dedicated dodge button, which I've never seen in another Devil May Cry game unless using the Trickster style, and I do not like it. Not because I hate dedicated dodge buttons, but because you can just spam it and dodge everything. Like at the bat clip again, these guys were constantly trying to attack me, or during the boss fight, the only boss fight I did for this video, by the way. I swear, there were some times where I should have been hit, but just because I was mashing circle, he couldn't touch me. It felt pathetic. However, one thing I will say is that Devil May Cry 2 probably did give us one of the best Dante moments of all time.
No! My dream! My life! I was going to be the king of this world!
King? Yeah. Here's your crown.
That cutscene stuck with me. You know what didn't stick with me, though? The ending of this game. Imagine me playing this game for hours, going after boring levels, mashing square pretty much the entire time. I probably broke my controller. And so I think, hey, at least maybe the ending will be cool. DMC1's ending was nice. You know, you fly away on the plane, you got the cool song playing at the end. I mean, hey, I even use it for my outro. So what does this game got?
Yeah. Let's go all the way to hell.
I consider myself extremely lucky that Devil May Cry hasn't ended up in the same boat as Mega Man X. I mean, those guys had, what, one bad game and then another one after that, but then the franchise died, and it still really isn't back since then. Meanwhile, Devil May Cry, like, sure, it's been gone for a few years, but nowhere near as bad as that franchise. Which game is worse? I have no idea. I've never played any of the Mega Man X games. But hey, maybe Devil May Cry 2 is ahead of its time. I mean, look at this HUD. It did the whole simplified square bars long before it became the norm. I mean, look at Devil May Cry 1. You got this cool HUD with the ancient rune symbols representing your devil trigger. DMC3 does something similar. 4 is awesome. And then, okay, yeah, 5 is back to simple, but at least that game is good. This game, though, is just, I mean, come on, it can't even end correctly. And what's with these style meter words? Bingo, showtime, don't worry. How about I'm fucking sorry? I have to implore you to not play this game. It's not funny bad. It's not laughable. It's not even, like, angry bad. It's just boring. You're wasting your time. There's a reason why this game probably comes bundled with the HD collection. And not just because, oh, it's the PS2 trilogy. No, it's because that's probably the only way people would play this game. If DMC2 was sold separately and 1 and 3 came in a bundle, people would only buy that. There is no reason to play this game. Now, one thing I will say is that it recently came to my attention that there is someone, I believe it's one person, it could be a team. If it's not one person, I apologize to the team, that is trying to make this game good again, attempting to add combos and better just gameplay in general to this game. Which, hey, A for effort, I think we should try to make, you know, bad games good again. But man, they sure have a lot to do if they want to make this game fun. This game almost felt like it was designed to waste my time. I mean, look at this puzzle. You have to just jump around and hit these orbs for these torches to light up. And yeah, it's simple, so I'm not complaining about its difficulty. It's just like, why is this here? DMC1 didn't have any of this. That game, you actually had to go find stuff and put it away. Oh, another thing I hate, this game has keys. Keys, really, just normal rusty keys. Not even like some cool artifact like from 1 or 3, or more of those, you know, red doors they have to defeat enemies to get through. No, it's just keys. Like, why? But by far the biggest joke that this game has is Majin Devil Trigger. So in this game, when you get to red health, which you will never even see unless you're trying to purposely do it, and activate your Devil Trigger, Dante will go into like the super mode and he can swing lasers and it'll heal for a bunch of damage that he does and throws fireballs and all this crazy stuff. It's very much like Sin Devil Trigger from DMC5, but you'll never see it in this game. I don't think it's even in the manual, and you'll never need it because, like I said, in this game, the only way you'll be close to death is if you do it on purpose, and the only reason why you'd be doing it on purpose is if you want to see Majin Devil Trigger. It's pointless. Did they really think that this game would be so hard for people that they need to add in like a super god mode that you can't die in? Oh, and trust me, there's some things I want to talk about with this game that I didn't grab footage for. For example, Bulwark or whatever his name is. This guy's supposed to be like the Virgil of this game, or the Neo Angelo to be more specific. He's supposed to have a personal connection to Sparta and be this big rival fight. But unlike Neo Angelo, who fights you one-on-one with this cool theme and awesome swordplay, he just sends his wolves after you, and all they do is lunge, and he just stands there, and both his boss fights suck. And that's not even the worst boss fight in this game. This is the same game where you fight a rusty helicopter and a rusty tank who don't do anything. Maybe one day, if I feel like properly reviewing this game, which is something I want to, you know, more so do with my kind of videos now, maybe I'll give a more proper look at this game, but that's a big maybe. I don't think I ever want to touch this game again. Every time I play it leaves a bad taste in my mouth, and it's just awful. Please do yourself a favor and don't play this game. Consider this Bad Game Friday a warning. Thanks for watching Bad Game Fridays. This time, it was hosted by Edward, the other guy on the channel. Michael's been out of town right now, so he didn't get the chance to do this one. He should be back next week for the next Friday's one, so look forward to that. Only things I really have to say is thank you guys for over 150 subscribers, almost 200, which is incredible. So I know this isn't really like a special video for anything. We'll have to make an actual proper subscriber special video, but this is just me saying thanks right now. I can't believe it. It's like overnight we went from like 17 to 150. It's absolutely insane. More insane than anything Devil May Cry 2 did, that's for sure. Although this video wasn't meant to be taken super seriously, it was more of an angry rant and just rambling more than a proper review. If I were to give this game a proper review, I'd probably be a lot more calm about it, a lot more reasonable, and also the video would be longer. Like I said, this is more of a filler episode for Bad Game Fridays, just because we're doing this before work. It's like I said, it was last minute where I didn't know Michael was gonna be out of town, and so I'm covering for him, so hope I did a good job for you, friend. I always like watching your Bad Game Friday videos, so hope I did a good job. Want to do something a little bit different because once I'm done with Ratchet & Clank, Dead Rising, and Final Fantasy 1, which Dead Rising actually just wrapped up filming, I only have to do Ratchet & Clank now and Final Fantasy 1, so that's nice. After those, though, I wanted to move more towards review videos. What game I wanted to review first? No idea. Maybe something on the NES, keep it simple, but I also considered Batman Arkham Asylum, so it might be that. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching, being supportive like always. Happy Friday, don't play bad games, and stay safe.